Hello and welcome to Quiz Class. My name's Ellis and I'll be your host for this trivia quiz. We've got 100 questions in this quiz and we'd love you to let us know at the end of the video how many points you score in the comments below. You can look at our Quiz Class awards to see which award you received based on your points. So, without further ado, let's get started with question 1. Good luck and enjoy the quiz. The post-war fashion New Look silhouette was popularised by which fashion brand? Yves Saint Laurent, Christian Dior, or Coco Chanel? The answer is Christian Dior. In the 1960s, which British boutique known for its bold and youthful designs was a must-visit on Carnaby Street? John Lewis, Harrods, or Biba? The answer is Biba. In the 1950s, which historical period inspired the teddy boy fashion movement? Renaissance, Edwardian, or Victorian? The correct answer is Edwardian. Question 4. In the 1950s, who was the first designer to introduce the concept of ready-to-wear collections? Pierre Cardin, Karl Lagerfeld, or Giorgio Armani? The correct answer is Pierre Cardin. In 1970s disco fashion, what was the signature fabric used? Wool, corduroy, or polyester? So yes, this is a general trivia quiz, but we will stay in one topic every now and then for a while, and these questions are all about fashion. The answer to question 5 is polyester. What type of hat became a symbol of authority and professionalism in men in the 1950s? Fedoras, beret, or a bowler? The answer is a fedora. The wrap dress is popularly known by which designer? Donna Karan, Vera Wang, or Diane von Furstenberg? The correct answer is Diane von Furstenberg. What was the popular style of male trousers often worn with a pair of platform shoes? Flared pants, cargo pants, or pegged trousers? The answer is flared pants. Question 9. What is a common feature of mod fashion in the 1960s? Hoop skirts, corsets, or bold geometric patterns? The answer is bold geometric patterns. 10. What fashion accessory became a symbol of rebellion in the 1950s thanks to stars like Marlon Brando? Bow tie, fedora, or leather jacket? The answer is a leather jacket. What was the signature footwear of the go-go dancers in the 1960s? White knee-high boots, stiletto sandals, or ballet flats? The answer is white knee-high boots. Which handbag became an icon after Jackie Kennedy frequently carried it? Hermes, Gucci, or Louis Vuitton? The answer is Gucci. Which iconic brand was known for its trench coats in the 1950s and 60s? Prada, Burberry, or Versace? The answer we're looking for is Burberry. In the the 1950s, what was a staple item in men's wardrobe? Cardigan sweater, hoodie, or a bumper jacket? In the 1950s, a staple item in men's wardrobe was the cardigan sweater. What was a popular shoe style among women in the 50s? Platform sandals, combat boots, or kitten heels? The answer is kitten heels. What was the name of the androgynous fashion that emerged in the 70s? Power dressing, unisex dressing, or Victoriana? The answer is unisex dressing. The smoking tuxedo for women was made by which fashion designer? Valentino, Alexander McQueen, or Yves Saint Laurent? And the answer is Yves Saint Laurent. Question 18. What handbag was popular for its practicality and casual aesthetic? Top handle briefcase, crossbody satchel, or beaded clutch? The answer is a crossbody satchel. What was the go-to outwear piece for mod in the 1960s? Parka, trench coat, or fur stole? The answer is a parka. What famous British fashion designer was known for punk fashion in the late 1970s? Karl Lagerfeld, Vivienne Westwood, or Stella McCartney? The answer is Vivienne Westwood. Question 21. Who's the narrator of The Great Gatsby? Nick Carraway, Jay Gatsby, or Tom Buchanan? So we are moving away from fashion now. Do you know the answer to this question? The answer is Nick Carraway. In George Orwell's novel 1984, who was the main protagonist? Big Brother, O'Brien, or Winston Smith? The answer is Winston Smith. What is the name of the totalitarian government in the novel 1984? The Party, Ingsoc, or Big Brother's Party? The answer is Ingsoc. 24. How many strangers were invited to die on the island in the novel and then there were none? 11, 8, or 10? So those bookworms among you, I'm sure, are happy about the direction we've gone in with this quiz. The answer to question 24 is 10 strangers. In the novel The Lord of the Rings, what is the name of the village where Frodo Baggins lives? Hobbiton, Rivendell, or the Shire? What is the name of the village where Frodo Baggins lives? The answer is Hobbiton. Who is the love interest of Jay Gatsby in the novel? Myrtle Wilson, Jordan Baker, or Daisy Buchanan? The correct answer is Daisy Buchanan. What is the name of the secret organisation fighting against the government in 1984? The Resistance, the Brotherhood, or the Party? The answer is the Brotherhood. Who was the leader of the British rock band Queen? Brian May, Freddie Mercury, or Roger Taylor? while Brian May on guitar, Roger Taylor on drums, Freddie Mercury was the lead singer. Who directed the movie Metropolis? Was that Alfred Hitchcock, Stanley Kubrick, or Fritz Lang? The correct answer is Fritz Lang. Question 30. What is the name of the prehistoric monument located in Wiltshire, England? Hadrian's Wall, the Great Wall of England, or the Roman Wall? The answer is Hadrian's Wall. Which UK artefact is a 7th century illuminated manuscript of the Gospel of John? The Canterbury Tales, the Book of Kells, or the Lindisfarne Gospels? The answer is the Lindisfarne Gospels. What is the name of the famous UK ship that sank in 1545? The answer is the Mary Rose. What is the name of the ancient Native American city located in Chaco Canyon, New Mexico? Pueblo Bonito, Chaco Canyon, or Mesa Verde? The answer is Pueblo Bonito. What is the name of the famous medieval manuscript that contains the stories of King Arthur? The Arthurian legend, the Canterbury Tales, or the Winchester manuscript? The correct answer is the Winchester manuscript. Question 35. What is the name of the famous American monument that commemorates the Battle of Gettysburg? The Statue of Liberty, the Lincoln Memorial, or the Gettysburg National Cemetery? The correct answer is the Gettysburg National Cemetery. What is the name of the popular card game that involves bidding? Trivial Pursuit, Bridge, or Risk? Trivial Pursuit is a trivia game, Risk is a board game, Bridge is a card game that involves bidding. The answer is Bridge. Which US holiday is celebrated on the second Monday in October? Thanksgiving Day, Independence Day, or Columbus Day? The answer is Columbus Day. What is the name of the traditional UK folk dance? Morris dancing, English country dance, or Scottish Highland dance? The answer is Morris dancing. Question 39. What does the US idiom "to be very happy" mean? Under the weather, over the moon, or on cloud nine? The answer we're looking for is on cloud nine. What is the name of the painting by Andy Warhol? Campbell's Soup Cans, Marilyn Diptych, or Elvis Presley? The answer is Campbell's Soup Cans. Who wrote the famous novel The Silence of the Lambs? J.K. Rowling, Thomas Harris, or Stephen King? The answer is Thomas Harris. Who was the Beatles' original drummer? Peter Best, Ringo Starr, or John Lennon? And the answer is Pete Best. What was the name of the Beatles' psychedelic album released in 1967? Abbey Road, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, or Revolver? The answer is Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club. Question 44. What was the name of Michael Jackson's final studio album released during his lifetime? Bad, Thriller, or Invincible? The answer is Invincible. Who was the actress that co-starred with Elvis Presley in the movie Blue Hawaii? Anne Margaret, Joan Blackman, or Priscilla Presley? The answer is Joan Blackman. What was the name of Queen's 1985 album that featured the song One Vision? Made in Heaven, The Works, or A Kind of Magic? The answer is A Kind of Magic. Who composed the famous classical piece Symphony No. 9? Ludwig van Beethoven, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, or Johann Sebastian Bach? The answer is Ludwig van Beethoven. Who was the Russian composer who wrote the ballet Swan Lake? Sergei Rachmaninoff, Igor Stravinsky, or Pyotr Ilyich Tchaikovsky? The answer is Pyotr Ilyich Tchaikovsky. What was the name of Mozart's famous opera that premiered in 1787? The Marriage of Figaro, The Magic Flute, or Don Giovanni? The correct answer is Don Giovanni. Question 50. What is the name of the famous video game character who must reach Princess Peach? Link, Mario, or Sonic the Hedgehog? And this question marks us being halfway through the quiz. We hope you're enjoying yourselves. The answer to question 50 is Mario. And now we move into the second half of this quiz with question 51. Which US president signed the Social Security Act into law? Dwight D. Eisenhower, Franklin D. Roosevelt, or Richard Nixon? The answer is Franklin D. Roosevelt. 52. Which war is known as the Forgotten War? The Korean War, Vietnam War, or World War II? The answer is the Korean War. What was the name of the first commercial jet airliner? Douglas DC-8, de Havilland Comet, or Boeing 707? The answer is the de Havilland Comet. 54. Who played Captain Kirk in the original Star Trek series? DeForest Kelley, Leonard Nimoy, or William Shatner? Captain Kirk in the original Star Trek series was played by William Shatner. What was the name of the long-running American series about a family in the Ozarks? Little House on the Prairie, The Waltons, or Bonanza? The answer is The Waltons. Question 56. Who starred in the movie Casablanca? James Stewart, Cary Grant, or Humphrey Bogart? Some icons at the big screen there, but who starred in the movie Casablanca? The answer is Humphrey Bogart. What was the common type of record player used in the 1960s? Turntable, CD player, or MP3 player? In the 1960s, the common type of record player used was a turntable. What was a popular type of television antenna in the 1960s? Cable box, satellite dish, or rabbit ears? As the picture would suggest, the answer is rabbit ears. Which US president oversaw the creation of Medicare? Gerald Ford, Lyndon B. Johnson, or John F. Kennedy? The correct answer is Lyndon B. Johnson. Question 60. What was a popular British car model in the 1960s? Mini Cooper, Ford Mustang, or Volkswagen Beetle? What was a popular British car model in the 1960s? The answer is a Mini Cooper. What was a common type of US diner in the 1950s and 60s? A bistro, a fast food chain, or a drive-in diner? The answer is a drive-in diner. What was the name of a popular British department store chain? Target, Marks and Spencer's, or Walmart? The answer is Marks and Spencer. Which was a popular American store chain? Selfridges, Harrods, or Sears? Of those, the popular American store chain was Sears. Which country is known as the land of the rising sun? China, Japan, or Korea? The answer is Japan. 65. Who was the leader of the Soviet Union during the Cuban Missile Crisis? Leonid Brezhnev, Joseph Stalin, or Nikita Khrushchev? The answer is Nikita Khrushchev. Who sculpted The Thinker? Donatello, Auguste Rodin, or Michelangelo? The Thinker was sculpted by Auguste Rodin. 67. What is the term for painting on a wet plaster or a wall or a ceiling? What is the term for painting down on a wet plaster or a wall or a ceiling? Watercolour, fresco, or oil painting? The answer is fresco. What is the largest living creature on Earth? Redwood forest, Amazon rainforest, or the Great Barrier Reef? The largest living creature on Earth is the Great Barrier Reef. Question 69. What language family does English belong to? Indo-European, Sino-Tibetan, or Afro-Asiatic? The correct answer is Indo-European. Which famous doll was introduced in 1959? Polly Pocket, Cabbage Patch Kids, or Barbie? The answer is Barbie. Which brand introduced the first widely used colour television? Sony, RCA, or Zenith? The correct answer is RCA. 72. What was the name of the first credit card introduced in 1950? Diners Club, American Express, or Visa? The correct answer is Diners Club. What year was the first Super Bowl held? 1958, 1967, or 1951? The first Super Bowl was held in 1967. What was the first James Bond novel by Ian Fleming? Casino Royale, Dr. No, or From Russia with Love? The answer is Casino Royale. What year did Winston Churchill deliver his famous Iron Curtain speech? 1951, 1960, or 1946? The answer is 1946. Who was the first artist to sing My Way, later popularised by Frank Sinatra? Tony Bennett, Claude Francois, or Dean Martin? Before being popularised by Frank Sinatra, My Way was sung by Claude Francois. Which folk singer wrote Blowin' in the Wind? Bob Dylan, Pete Seeger, or Joan Baez? The answer is Bob Dylan. Which musician was known as the Man in Black? Johnny Cash, Roy Orbison, or Elvis Presley? And the correct answer is Johnny Cash. What was the final episode of MASH 1983 called? War's End, Goodbye, Farewell and Amen, or The Last Mission? The answer is Goodbye, Farewell and Amen. Who was the first gymnast to achieve a perfect 10 in the Olympics? Olga Korbut, Mary Lou Retton, or Nadia Comaneci? The correct answer is Nadia Comaneci. Which country boycotted the 1980 Moscow Olympics? United States, United Kingdom, or France? The answer is United States. Who was the first boxer to win the heavyweight title 3 times? Sonny Liston, Joe Frazier, or Muhammad Ali? Who was the first boxer to win the heavyweight title 3 times? The answer is Muhammad Ali. Who did Rocky Marciano defeat in his last professional boxing match? Sonny Liston, Archie Moore, or Joe Louis? The answer is Archie Moore. Which golfer completed the Grand Slam by winning all 4 majors in the same year? Bobby Jones, Ben Hogan, or Phil Mickelson? The answer is Bobby Jones. Question 85 next. In what year did England first win the Ashes? 1925, 1905, or 1882? England first won the Ashes in 1882. Who scored the most runs in a single Test innings? Sachin Tendulkar, Brian Lara, or Don Bradman? The most runs in a single test match were won by Brian Lara. Which sport is known as America's pastime? Baseball, basketball, or football? The answer is baseball. When was the Prague Spring? 1968 is your answer to that one. Question 88. Which country has won the most FIFA World Cups? Germany, Argentina, or Brazil? The answer is Brazil. Which race is known as the greatest 2 minutes in sports? The Kentucky Derby, Tour de France, or Monaco Grand Prix? Two minutes should be the giveaway. The answer is the Kentucky Derby. Who is the only athlete to play in the NFL and Major League Baseball? Usain Bolt, Michael Jordan, or Bo Jackson? Usain Bolt a sprinter, Michael Jordan a basketball player, so the answer must be Bo Jackson. Which Formula 1 driver holds the record for the most world championships? Ayrton Senna, Lewis Hamilton, or Niki Lauda? And we're in the home stretch of this quiz now. There's only 10 questions left. Try and get 100%. The answer to question 91 is Lewis Hamilton. 92. Who was the first woman to complete the New York City Marathon? Gret Waits, Paula Radcliffe, or Wilma Rudolph? The answer is Gret Waits. 93. Which sport did Jim Thorpe play when he won 2 gold medals in 1912? Wrestling, pentathlon and decathlon, or gymnastics? Jim Thorpe in 1912 won 2 gold medals for pentathlon and decathlon. In what year did the Boston Marathon officially allow women to compete? 1972, 65, or 1980? The correct answer is 1972. What is the national sport of Canada? Ice hockey, curling, or lacrosse? The national sport of Canada is lacrosse. What was the name of Miles Davis' famous jazz album released in 1959? Kind of Blue, Sketches of Spain, or Bitches Brew? And the answer is Kind of Blue. Who was the American blues singer and guitarist known for his iconic song Crossroad Blues? B.B. King, Robert Johnson, or Eric Clapton? Crossroad Blues was an iconic song by singer-guitarist Robert Johnson. Who was the spiritual leader of the Jewish community in the US? Rabbi Shmuley Boteach, Rabbi Jonathan Sacks, or Rabbi David Lau? The correct answer is Rabbi David Lau. Question 99. Who is the author of the book The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? Douglas Adams, J.K. Rowling, or J.R.R. Tolkien? The answer is Douglas Adams. Question 100. I Want to Hold Your Hand was sung by which famous music group? The Who, the Rolling Stones, or the Beatles? And the answer is the Beatles. Bonus question. Who is the artist behind the painting The Starry Night? Let us know the answer in the comments and let us know how many points you scored out of 100. Because that is the end of the quiz. We'd love to know whether you were a champion, master, enthusiast, apprentice, or an explorer. Remember to let us know how you ranked in the comments below. Thanks for playing this quiz. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon to be notified on all of our upcoming quizzes. In the meantime though, there are plenty of quizzes already uploaded that you can try right now, so why not dive straight into another one? My name's Ellis and I've been your host. Thanks again for joining us today at Quiz Class. We'll see you next time.